Healthy Kids Community Challenge was really important to bring to the North Simcoe community because many of the Indigenous organizations and communities that are in this area aren't equitably funded to deliver their programming. So by providing this here, we've now been able to offer a layer of funds and resources to really allow children to be able to access programming they normally wouldn't have access to. We have about 14 Healthy Kids Community Challenge partners that come together to design and think about how to deliver programming specifically to Indigenous children 0 to 12 and their families in this community.
It was great to meet with all the other organizations monthly. We could see all of our ideas coming together. It allowed me to kind of off-branch onto other programming because we do share a lot of clients throughout all the organizations.
Some examples of the programming that we've had that come out of HKCC is the skate exchange through the MNO here in North Simcoe. We've had wonderful culture camps at Anotic that take children out and really learn how to live off the land. The Karma Project has been going out to Christian Island to provide in-class curriculum that is really focused on creating sustainable food systems. And both the Orillia Native Women's Group and the Georgian Bay Native Women's Association have provided a lot of opportunity for community members to get access to more registered type programming that often costs families a lot of money to get involved in, such as snow tubing, swimming, gymnastics, and a variety of other types of programs.
With the Seed to Table program, the children learned where their food comes from. So they were able to start from planting the seed to transplanting to harvesting. I think they were able to experience foods that they might not try at home.
What we're finding is the children drive the changes in the family. So what they learn here, they then take home. And what we're seeing is an impact at the family level so that they're more conscious of what they're putting into their kids' bodies. When they impact the family, well, then that goes out even further into the community.
So the second theme of HKCC was Water Does Wonders, coordinated perfectly with the time that was required to create a community-based dance about water. So I was very excited to work with a local Indigenous organization, the Georgian Bay Native Friendship Center, with their girls group there, to help them create a dance that really spoke about their own experience with water and what they wanted to say about it.
Welcome everyone. We're going to have a performance by the Moving Water Dancers, who I'm very proud to be joined by here on stage.
For many of these kids, it was the first time that they were on stage and that they were performing. And I know that some of those kids, not just because of this, but because of other opportunities, many of them from HKCC have gone on to deepen their practice, to dance more, to be more active.
The idea came around to do the water walk. Well, I was really honored and pleased to be able to be a part of that and to bring forth not just the connection of the water and the education of the spiritual aspects to the children, but also to bridge our cultural community to mainstream. We explained about how water at one time was free for all, and now we have First Nations communities now with no clean water. There's lots about the water that the children got to experience. They were so happy to pick up the water and run, and I think we really opened the door to a connection and bridging of our communities. It was an amazing, amazing day.
Drum and Dance is a great space for kids from the community to come and explore their cultural identity. We open up with a smudge, we eat together as sort of a family, and then the drum and dance aspect, so that helps their kids with their self-confidence. It takes a lot of courage, but everybody supports each other.
I love coming here because if you're like stressed, you can get it out, and the music is nice. You got to meet new people and they would cheer you on.
We have kids now who didn't know what powwow was, and now they're a part of our annual powwow.
I like to come to the programs because I get to hang out with my friends and I get to do hand drumming and shawl around the circle.
It seems new and exciting and great, but it's something that's been going on for centuries. And then that was a way too for them to incorporate their culture into staying active and healthy.
As a local non-Indigenous business in the community, we felt it was really wonderful to have the opportunity to connect with Indigenous organizations, many of whom were already taking steps to educate people in the community around healthy eating.
The goal of the HKCC program, for us anyway, was to help empower children to make healthy food choices and just to show them how easy it is that they can do this kind of thing at home.
And we have had kids come up to us at various events and say that they've been making popsicles at home or tell us about a new flavor idea they have.
The workshops themselves are very interactive. We teach some of the science around freezing and food, and we look at nutritional information on some of the commercially available products. We make ice cream in a Ziploc bag. We make a whole bunch of popsicles that they get to take home with them.
It's very good.
We also eat lots of popsicles, and everybody likes that part.
I get feedback from the parents telling me that their children are doing so much better in school, they're more involved in activities, they're less afraid of trying new things. Those are huge things for a lot of these kids. That just propels them because they learn about their strengths, they build on those strengths, that builds their confidence, a sense of mastery, and then it starts going across all aspects of their lives, which is fabulous.
We on one hand have a lot of children who've now participated in a variety of programs and services they might not have otherwise had access to. I think we also have a group of partners now that are closely established and connected that will continue to be able to come together to define programming based on the needs of the children in our community.
It's very difficult to find specific funding sources for our community to access to do this type of work, and I think it's very beneficial, and it needs to happen more. If they want to know how we're going to prevent our First Nations meeting in your children becoming the vulnerable, then we need more children's programs like this at the foundational age and stages they are now.
The program's made an impact on multiple levels because we've wrapped the physical activity around spiritual and traditional skills and activities. We're actually impacting cognitive, the psychological and the spiritual as well as physical development, so we're hitting all four quadrants of the medicine wheel.
The HKCC Challenge gives children the opportunity to see where their food comes from.
To make healthy food choices.
To explore their culture and have fun.
To be themselves.